This could be a story about love among the tomato canes, a story of the maidens, the young maidens of a French meadow, Prairie and Pré, seen not as a May to December story, but their attentions towards someone that was starting to see the law of diminishing returns, taking application on one's attractiveness, or attraction at any rate. Experiences guerrilla gardening on other people's property and an allotment had led to a potager in a French stone wall enclosed vegetable garden that was still very much benefiting from, in fertility terms, from the 100-year previous, certainly 50, 70-year previous, dung of cow and goat long gone. But one had learnt that getting anything efficient out of the ground is time-consuming. What you put in, you generate back out. And had learnt the sanity of being satisfied with little and subsidising from the supermarket, which had also brought the realisation of how much better homegrown food really is. Everything that you grow is at 300% flavour. It's like when you were young, tasting everything again for the first time. L'Orvée doesn't raise its head in the story of love among the tomato canes. L'Orvée is the stumpy flat slow worm that basks on the parapet wall. It's home amongst the rustic granite stones. The younger maiden of the meadow basks on the tarmac road just beyond the wall with one of her father's giant rabbits, or Haribo, her French bull terrier. Only other people going to the three end of the road houses ever pass this way. Decades of decadent age difference separate them as well as the wall. It, or vet. The younger maiden's best friend relationship with her mother means that the older maiden is discouraged from playing with her. She's mature with second-hand life experience beyond her years, prepared and forewarned of what might be to come. As Monsieur le Potager works, digging, hoeing, divoting and putting seeds in the ground, the tasks make some suggestions to the inner DJ in all of us. And conversely, the songs that flow from an ethereal world, often just beyond our grasp, form slightly convoluted advice from the ancients as to other and next tasks that need doing. And this iterative process is sometimes tangibly expressed on the lips as song or murmurs. Madame la Potager's murmurings reached the 3 metres to the ears of the mademoiselle, and partly kept her there as she lay recumbent, playing with her pets in her loose camisole, straps very rarely slipping from her shoulder, but always the shorts loose around her legs, always moving tan lines in transition, higher or lower on either leg than the other. Why?
It's a good idea? You like?
Wait a minute.
Does divoting into the earth to proceeds suggest Beastie Boys tracks from 30 years ago, 20 years ago, set in rows like little toy soldiers or Napoleon's battle plan from up on high? Is it the seedlings that suggest that they need the teepee of triangular canes to climb up? Running Bear, on the banks of the river stood Running Bear, is perhaps understandable, but he was barely able to contain the rugby chants of Ooga, 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 ooga. Many a French frontiersman sold themselves to the Native Americans just to survive, much more front line than the British and other immigration nations won't ever were. The Maiden of the Meadow had something of a Hiawatha quality, with her warm by the sun golden skin tone, with a hint of olive. She warmed and even chuckled to her little friend Haribo, it seemed, after overhearing every involuntary utterance of song without the cultural reference even. Mesdames Potager cut a couple of outer leaves of a shard that had been left, a Swiss shard that had been left over the winter, and took them 10 steps out of sight to the old external Godin stove that had slowly been heating up, chucking away burnt offerings of woodworm and wood. The baptism of the fire banished any taint of rot from the taste of the omelette. At spatula time, the maiden of the meadow had walked 3/4 way round the barn, past the ecurie to the Grange entrance, first gate, open, into the public, but feels like a private courtyard, turned a pirouette, on the premise of searching for the little French bulldog Haribo, and down the slope again. Haribo looking over at the food a little longer than she did. Mesdames Le Potager was obviously taking too long over their lunch with wine, and the young maiden from the meadow wanted her ASMR experience to extend. Autonomous sensory meridian response is where you get a tingling static-like or goosebumps sensation, and the musings of the gardener was the stimuli for downy hairs. And she could be heard just out of sight, encouraging Haribo to go chasing after a sweet up the sloped courtyard, and then running barefoot on the tarmac after the dog. Little dog being picked up like a baby, and she walked on a little bit further. The end of road courtyard eventually leads to a golden door between Papa, the look seemed to say, be good to me, don't hurt, he's a big fella.
If you don't talk happy, and you never have a dream, then you'll never have a dream come
I think of animals like little people, siblings to humans, creatures with their own traits, beautiful, kind eyes that convey thoughts, and a quiet sensibility which is of equal worth to human sensibility and thought. These little people are pure and kind. They're not greedy. They know neither accumulation nor waste. They take care of their young and are of precious service to us. In other times, they would have nurtured us, raised us, sheltered us. Like mothers, they'd have kept her company. There was no one to comfort us on this earth. Like strange family members, dogs would have taken to protecting us, dying for us on millions of occasions. Birds, another family of angelic origin, sang for us in the depths of the forests, reminding us that heaven had not forgotten us, and that heaven, as we know, instinctively had been our own origin.